Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as light.
What's up, everybody? It's me, the Nerdy Hero. I'm here to do a review for the show that just released a few days ago, which is Iron Fist on Netflix. And it's about 13 episodes, and I did not binge them all at once. I had school and work and stuff to do. But I have finished it after about 3 days. And, the days leading up to the release of Iron Fist, the Rotten Tomatoes score was from 0 to 14%. And that was early screenings of the first 6 episodes that they got. And they were saying a lot of negative stuff about the show doesn't know what it wants to be. It kind of flip-flops from mystic arts and martial arts to like business and Wall Street stuff. A lot of critics had issues with the fact that Danny Rand was white and saying that it was a whitewashed character, and then we have another white savior in this Asian-centric TV show. And I'm thinking to myself, Danny Rand is white in the comics. He's supposed to be a white person. He's supposed to be an outsider in this world of mysticism and martial arts. So the show is following what it's supposed to do. So those critics obviously have no idea what they're talking about. So that being said, I just put everything aside that they have negatively said about the show and watched the show for myself and gave my own opinion on it. And here's my thoughts on Iron Fist. How do I say it? The show starts off when Danny Rand returns back to New York City to take back his company with his brother and sister, who he finds out are now running it, and the father. Actually no, it's not his brother and sister. A brother and sister are running it. They're friends of him when he was younger. Well, not so much Ward. He was kind of a dick then. He's kind of a dick now. Which kind of brings me right to the negatives of the show, which is my biggest issues are the script and dialogue delivered by many of the actors, including Danny Rand himself. The script is just not good. The fighting itself is good most of the time. I still feel that Daredevil had better martial arts than this show did. But this show does kind of kick it up a notch later into the season, which is good, and end up having a lot more fun with it. The brother and sister Meachums, and then the father Meachum, which you get to meet a little bit into the show, are just not likable people. They have redeeming qualities at some points where you're like, oh, maybe they're kind of good, but then they kind of end up being a dick later on anyways. I just don't like them at all as people, let alone as characters in this show. The actors themselves are okay, but it's hard for me to tell if the actor's being good or not because I just don't like the character in general. They're pretty self-absorbed people, and even though when like Joy, the actress playing Joy, has these much more human moments, and you feel like she's the one that's redeemable out of the three of them, even she ends up being kind of a jerk every now and then as well, so you don't really know if you even like her. Danny Rand, played by Finn Jones, is a really good casting. He is really good. You got the cool tattoo on the chest. He played the character very well, but you feel throughout the show like, man, he is just not that good. Yeah, he's really good at fighting, but he's just not that good at being the Iron Fist. And they explain that throughout the show. They explain more and more as to why he's not fully trained, why he only has the one hand while a full Iron Fist would have both hands. He would know a lot more of the powers to use, and he's strong with it, but he's not as strong as a full Iron Fist would be. So as that gets explained, you start realizing, yeah, why he's not fully trained. They show that he actually left the monastery of Kunlun early because of the fact that the gate was opened and all that, and that's why he's not fully trained. He kind of ran away from his responsibilities. Another negative would be that the flashbacks. These Netflix TV shows, with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and all that, they're in Daredevil. They're all known for having flashbacks of the character's origin, and those other shows would have full scenes for flashbacks, While with Iron Fist, it's just like little flashes, and with these little flashes that they would give you of the flashback, it's just it didn't seem real. It felt more like a dream because it'd just be so short, quick flash of the mountain flying out the plane and then back to reality, and it's showing him dealing with it and then showing his anger building up inside. So maybe it was more intentionally structured that way. I just feel like it was very different from what the other shows have done. Maybe different is a good thing. But one of the saving graces of this show that I absolutely fell in love with was Jessica Henwick as Colleen Wing. She is my favorite part of the show. She's my favorite thing that the show brings you. Without giving too much away about her character, she is just this martial arts teacher that, eventually leads into a romantic interest with Danny Rand. But every time she gets in trouble, or she gets caught, or she's in trouble with the hand, or she's in trouble with, other sorts of things, The girl fights and she saves herself. Every time she got in trouble, I'm like, oh, Danny's gonna save her. And nope, boom, she fights, she gets herself out of there, and then she meets Danny outside as he was on his way to save her. And that happened multiple times. The girl can take care of herself, and it was really refreshing to see something like that. Your typical damsel in distress. So that was really refreshing, and she had really interesting character development, plus she's also freaking beautiful, and I have a huge crush on her now. So besides her, and besides Danny Rand being really good moments of the show, and the fighting slowly becoming better after a while, the negatives are still present when it comes to the script and dialogue. Just did not hit it for me. The Meachums, the brother, sister, and the father, I just did not like them as characters. I just didn't like them as people. As characters, they served their purpose, but I still just didn't really like who they were. The show does not deserve its 14% rating. I would give it much higher than that. But that was all based on the first 6 episodes, so I've seen the whole season, and I'm going to give it a rating of 70%. A lot of issues, but it's still an enjoyable show. You can get through it. I had a lot of fun watching it. Obviously, Danny Rand was good character, good fighting. Not the best, Daredevil does better fighting, I think. How would I rank it amongst the other Netflix Marvel TV shows? I think number 1 is still going to be Daredevil Season 1 and Season 2. So Jessica Jones is second place, and now I have to choose between Luke Cage and Iron Fist, which one I like more. Iron Fist might be I might like Iron Fist more than Luke Cage, mostly because it's just Jessica Henwick. Also, one more thing would have to be Rosario Dawson's character Claire returning again for this TV series, as she's like the thread that connects all 4 shows together. And honestly, I love watching Rosario Dawson in this Claire role as she goes through all 4 shows. She's just, I don't know, she's really fun to watch. She always has this moment of like, she is the grounding figure in all these shows. Every time she comes into a show and finds out she's stuck with a whole other person who has these abilities, her sense of comedic reality really is what kind of lightens up the mood. The fact that she's like, oh no, not again. And the fact that she's always in kind of denial as to how strange her world has gotten is kind of funny to me. It's almost like she's grasping at any sense of reality she has left, because there's really none left. Now she has to deal with a blind guy who who can fight crime, a guy who has a fist of super strength, a guy who has unbreakable skin, and a girl who has super strength as well and can almost fly. So anyway, so that's my review of Iron Fist, guys. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you guys thought of the show and how many episodes you are into it, and if you're excited for The Defenders. Also comment down below and let me know what Netflix show is your favorite so far. And as always, guys, remember, keep it nerdy.
And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. Whoa.
What's up, everybody? It's me, the Nerdy Hero. Just reminding you guys to check out tpublic.com so you can check out all my latest Nerdy Hero shirts and gear, as well as to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can check out my latest videos. And always, guys, remember, keep it nerdy.